Ladies and gentlemen, good morning, afternoon, evening. I want you to take a deep breath right now and remember something powerful. Your mind is your greatest weapon. Life isn't always easy. There are days when it feels like everything is falling apart, when challenges come at you from every direction, when heartbreak and disappointment try to steal your joy. But I want you to know today that you are stronger than any circumstance. You have the power to train your mind, to build resilience, and to rise above whatever tries to break you. It's not about avoiding the storms. It's about learning to stand tall in the middle of them, to keep believing, keep moving forward, and to trust that God has placed within you a strength that cannot be shaken. Your mind is like a muscle. And just like any muscle in your body, it grows stronger when it is exercised, challenged, and fed with the right kind of nourishment. Many people go through life without realizing the immense power that resides within their own minds. They let negativity, fear, and doubt dictate their actions, and as a result, their potential remains untapped. But the truth is, you have the ability to train your mind, to shape it, and to strengthen it in ways that can completely transform your life. When you understand this principle, you begin to see that nothing outside of you has the power to truly control you unless you allow it to. The circumstances, the setbacks, the people who try to bring you down, all of these things only have the power that you give them. And the way to take that power back is by exercising control over your own thoughts. Think about a muscle in your body, like your arms or your legs. If you never work out, they become weak and fragile. They lose their tone, they lose their strength, and they struggle to handle even the simplest tasks. But when you consistently challenge them, when you put effort into lifting, stretching, and building them, they grow stronger. The same is true for your mind. If you allow it to dwell on fear, doubt, and negativity, it becomes weak. You feel overwhelmed by the smallest problems. You are easily discouraged by challenges, and you feel as though life is always pushing you down. But if you make a conscious effort to feed your mind with hope, faith, and positive thoughts, it becomes resilient. It becomes strong enough to handle anything life throws your way. It is trained to overcome, to endure, and to rise above the storms. The first step in training your mind is awareness. You have to start paying attention to the thoughts you allow into your head every day. Many people go through life on autopilot, repeating the same negative patterns, replaying the same doubts, and listening to the same fears over and over. But once you become aware of these thoughts, you gain the power to change them. You can begin to replace negativity with faith, fear with confidence, and doubt with belief. This does not happen overnight, and it requires consistency, patience, and determination. Just like a muscle that doesn't grow after one workout, your mind does not become strong after one positive thought. It takes repetition, it takes effort, and it takes a commitment to daily mental exercise. One of the most effective ways to train your mind is through affirmations and declarations. Speak life into your circumstances. Tell yourself, I am strong, I am capable, I can overcome this. Say it every morning when you wake up, say it throughout the day when challenges arise, and say it again at night before you go to sleep. Your mind cannot distinguish between what you repeatedly tell it and what is actually happening in reality. By filling your mind with empowering statements, you start to rewire your thinking. You begin to see possibilities instead of limitations. You begin to focus on solutions instead of problems. You begin to develop a mindset that is unshakable, a mind that does not crumble under pressure, a mind that refuses to give up when life gets hard. Another key component of strengthening your mind is feeding it with wisdom and knowledge. The mind is a sponge, and it absorbs whatever you expose it to. If you fill it with negativity, with gossip, with despair, it will become cluttered and weak. But if you read uplifting books, listen to motivational speakers, surround yourself with people who encourage you, and study the principles of success, your mind becomes sharper, more resilient, and more capable. You begin to see challenges as opportunities, and you start to approach life with confidence and clarity. Every new idea you learn, every positive thought you adopt, every moment you spend strengthening your mental focus contributes to a mind that can withstand anything. Discipline is also essential in this process. Training your mind requires you to make deliberate choices. It is not easy to reject fear, doubt, or negative thinking when it arises naturally, but discipline means choosing to focus on what is good, what is uplifting, and what aligns with your purpose. It means refusing to give your mind to thoughts that weaken you, and instead giving it to thoughts that build you up. It means consistency, persistence, and the refusal to quit, even when the challenges seem insurmountable. Your mind grows stronger each time you exercise control over it, each time you choose faith over fear, hope over despair, and strength over weakness. The final part of training your mind is visualization. Picture yourself achieving your goals, overcoming obstacles, and thriving in the face of adversity. When your mind can see it, your heart will believe it, and your actions will follow. Visualization reinforces the strength of your mind and trains it to focus on solutions and possibilities rather than limitations and problems. It prepares you for the challenges ahead and builds a mental toughness that cannot be shaken by external circumstances. When you commit to these practices, awareness, affirmations, feeding your mind with wisdom, discipline, and visualization, you begin to understand the immense power that lies within you. You realize that your mind is the command center of your life, and when it is strong, everything else in your life begins to align. Strengthening your mind does not mean you will never face difficulties, but it does mean that no difficulty will have the power to defeat you. Your thoughts become your shield, your mindset becomes your fortress, and your life becomes a reflection of the strength you have built within. Challenges are not meant to break you, they are meant to build you. Life has a way of testing us, pushing us to our limits, and presenting situations that feel impossible to overcome. Many people look at these challenges and see only obstacles, only pain, only setbacks, and they allow those circumstances to define their lives. But the truth is that every challenge you face is an opportunity for growth, a chance to strengthen your character, and a moment to discover just how resilient you truly are. Life does not throw difficulties at you to punish you. It places them in your path to help you rise to a higher level, to stretch beyond what you thought was possible, and to show you strength that is already inside of you. When we face challenges, it is natural to feel fear, doubt, and even despair. But the key is not to avoid these feelings, because they are a part of the process. The key is to not let those feelings control you. To recognize that within every challenge lies a lesson, and within every setback lies an opportunity for a comeback. You see, it is easy to stay comfortable when everything is going well, but growth only happens when you are pushed out of your comfort zone. When life challenges you, it forces you to tap into reserves of strength, courage, and faith that you may not even know you had. These moments are shaping you, refining you, and preparing you for the greater things that lie ahead. Many people make the mistake of thinking that challenges are a sign that they are failing, or that life is against them. But the reality is that challenges are universal. Every successful person has faced difficulties, obstacles, and failures. What sets them apart is how they respond. Do they allow the challenge to defeat them, or do they use it as a stepping stone to rise higher? Do they let disappointment dictate their future, or do they press forward with determination, faith, and resilience? Life does not break those who are willing to learn, who are willing to adapt, and who are willing to trust that every challenge has a purpose. One of the most important truths to understand is that your attitude in the face of challenges determines the outcome far more than the challenge itself. You cannot always control what happens to you, but you can control how you respond. You can choose to see difficulties as temporary obstacles, not permanent defeats. You can choose to look for the lesson, the blessing, or the opportunity hidden within the struggle. When you adopt this mindset, challenges no longer have the power to destroy you. Instead, they become tools that build resilience, wisdom, and strength. The storms of life may come, but they cannot sink you unless you allow them to. Faith plays a critical role when life tests you. When challenges feel overwhelming, faith allows you to see beyond the present moment, to trust in a greater plan, and to believe that there is a purpose behind every trial. Faith transforms fear into courage, doubt into determination, and weakness into strength. When you hold on to faith, even the most difficult circumstances can become stepping stones rather than stumbling blocks. Faith gives you the perspective to understand that challenges are not permanent, that they are not personal, and that they are not the end of your story. Persistence is another essential part of using challenges to build you rather than break you. It is easy to give up when things get hard, to throw in the towel and walk away. But persistence, the refusal to quit, the decision to keep moving forward even when every sign says it is impossible, is what transforms challenges into triumphs. Every small step you take in the face of adversity strengthens your resolve, sharpens your mind, and builds your character. Each time you refuse to give up, you reinforce the truth that you are stronger than any circumstance and capable of more than you ever imagined. Challenges also reveal your inner strength. When life tests you, you discover who you really are, what you are made of, and what you are capable of achieving. Difficulties expose weaknesses that need to be strengthened, but they also uncover hidden talents, courage, and resilience that might have remained dormant if life had been easy. Each challenge you face is like a mirror, reflecting not only the obstacles around you, but also the power within you. You begin to realize that the strength you need is already inside, and that the experiences you once faced are the very experiences that shape you into a stronger, wiser, and more determined person. Overcoming challenges requires a mindset of growth, an attitude of faith, and a heart full of determination. It is about looking at every obstacle, every disappointment, and every setback and saying, "This will not define me. This will not stop me. I will rise above it, I will learn from it, and I will become stronger because of it." Challenges are not enemies to be feared. They are teachers to be embraced. They push you, they stretch you, and they mold you into a person capable of handling more, achieving more, and living more than you ever thought possible. Positive thoughts create positive outcomes even in the darkest times. Life often throws challenges at us that feel overwhelming, moments when everything seems uncertain, and situations that appear impossible to overcome. It is during these times that the power of your thoughts becomes most evident. Your mind has the incredible ability to shape your reality, and the way you think directly influences the results you experience. If you allow negative thoughts to take root, if you dwell on fear, doubt, or frustration, then life will reflect that negativity back to you. But when you choose to focus on positive, empowering, and faith-filled thoughts, you begin to attract solutions, opportunities, and breakthroughs that you might never have imagined. The first step in harnessing the power of positive thinking is awareness. You must start paying attention to the dialogue in your own mind. Many people go through life unaware of the thoughts they repeat daily, the words they say to themselves, and the mental images they replay over and over. Thoughts are incredibly powerful because they become beliefs, and beliefs shape actions. If you constantly think, "I can't do this, this is too hard, or I'll never succeed," you're min. You will accept these statements as truth, and your actions will align with those limitations. But if you consciously choose thoughts like, "I am capable, I can handle this challenge, and I am growing stronger every day," your mind begins to create a new reality, one filled with possibility and hope. Positive thinking is not about ignoring reality or pretending that difficulties do not exist. It is not about saying everything is perfect when life is messy. It is about choosing to focus on what is possible rather than what is impossible, on what you can control rather than what you cannot. It is about shifting your attention from fear to faith, from doubt to belief, and from limitations to opportunities. Even in the darkest times, when circumstances seem bleak, maintaining positive thoughts allows your mind to see solutions, to remain open to opportunities, and to persevere when giving up seems easier. Positive thoughts act as a guiding light, helping you navigate through challenges and preventing despair from taking hold. One powerful way to cultivate positive thoughts is through affirmations. Speak life into your circumstances, even when the situation seems hopeless. Every day, tell yourself, I am strong, I am capable, I can overcome this. Repeat it, believe it, and allow it to sink into your subconscious mind. The words you speak repeatedly shape the way you perceive yourself and your environment. Positive affirmations train your mind to focus on what is good, what is possible, and what aligns with your purpose. They help you create a mental environment that is fertile for growth, resilience, and success. Gratitude is another key to maintaining positive thoughts. When you focus on the blessings in your life, no matter how small, your mind naturally shifts from negativity to optimism. Gratitude allows you to see what is going well, even when challenges exist. It reminds you that life is not all about setbacks, failures, or disappointments. There is always something to be thankful for, and recognizing those things reinforces a positive mindset. Gratitude trains your mind to focus on abundance rather than scarcity, on progress rather than setbacks, and on hope rather than despair. Your environment also plays a critical role in shaping your thoughts. Surround yourself with people who uplift, inspire, and encourage you. Avoid those who constantly complain, criticize, or focus on what is wrong. The mind absorbs what it is exposed to, and the company you keep can either reinforce negativity or strengthen positivity. Read books, listen to messages, and seek experiences that expand your thinking, elevate your perspective, and remind you of the power you hold within. Positive input leads to positive output, and your thoughts become the foundation for the life you desire. Visualization is another tool that strengthens positive thinking. Picture yourself succeeding, overcoming challenges, and thriving in situations that once felt impossible. When your mind sees it clearly, your heart begins to believe it, and your actions align with that vision. Visualization programs your mind to expect success, to focus on solutions, and to act with confidence. It strengthens your mental resilience and prepares you to handle obstacles with grace and determination. Even when life feels overwhelming, maintaining positive thoughts shifts your perspective and changes your reality. Your thoughts influence your emotions, your decisions, and the results you experience. By choosing positivity, you are not denying challenges. You are empowering yourself to overcome them. Positive thinking opens doors, creates opportunities, and strengthens your ability to navigate life's storms. Every positive thought you nurture, every optimistic statement you make, and very mental image you cultivate plants, seeds that grow into success, peace, and fulfillment. Resilience is developed when you choose faith over fear. Life will inevitably present situations that are challenging, uncertain, and even painful. There will be moments when fear tries to take hold, when doubt whispers in your ear, and when giving up seems like the easiest option. But resilience, the inner strength that allows you to persevere and thrive despite adversity, is not something that comes automatically. It is cultivated over time, through deliberate choices, through practice, and through the decision to trust in something greater than yourself. Every time you choose faith instead of fear, you are building resilience, strengthening your character, and preparing yourself for the challenges that lie ahead. Fear is a natural reaction to uncertainty. It is your mind's way of warning you of potential danger. But fear becomes destructive when it controls your decisions, when it keeps you from moving forward, and when it convinces you that failure is inevitable. Choosing faith over fear does not mean that the risks disappear or that life suddenly becomes easy. It means that you trust in your ability to handle whatever comes your way, that you believe there is a purpose behind your struggles, and that you refuse to let fear dictate the course of your life. Faith shifts your focus from what might go wrong to what can go right, from what you cannot control to what you can influence, and from despair to hope. Developing resilience through faith requires a conscious effort to redirect your thoughts. When fear arises, acknowledge it, but do not dwell on it. Instead, remind yourself of the strength, resources, and support that are available to you. Speak words of encouragement to yourself, affirming that you are capable, that you are prepared, and that you can overcome. The me. ND responds to the thoughts and beliefs you feed it. By consistently choosing faith-filled thoughts over fear-driven ones, you begin to rewire your brain, creating new pathways that support courage, determination, and perseverance. Each time you practice this, your resilience grows stronger. Faith is not only about belief in a higher power or the divine plan, although that is certainly a vital component. It is also about believing in yourself and your ability to rise above circumstances. It is trusting that even when the situation seems impossible, you have the skills, the courage, and the determination to move forward. Faith turns obstacles into opportunities, setbacks into lessons, and failures into stepping stones. When you operate from a place of faith, your mind begins to see possibilities where others see impossibilities, hope where others see despair, and strength where others see weakness. Another key aspect of developing resilience is embracing challenges rather than avoiding them. It is tempting to take the easy road, to retreat from difficulties, or to hide from situations that make you uncomfortable. But resilience is built when you face adversity head-on, when you confront fear with courage, and when you take steps forward even when you are uncertain of the outcome. Each challenge you overcome strengthens your confidence and reinforces the belief that you can handle more than you imagined. Life's difficulties are not punishments. They are training grounds for your mind, heart, and spirit. Support and community also play a critical role in building resilience. Surround yourself with people who encourage you, believe in you, and remind you of your potential. Resilience is not developed in isolation. It grows through shared experiences, through witnessing others persevere, and through receiving guidance and encouragement when you feel weak. Mentors, friend, family, and spiritual communities can provide the reinforcement you need to keep going when fear threatens to take over. Their faith in you can bolster your own, helping you maintain focus and determination during challenging times. Daily practices of reflection, prayer, meditation, or journaling can also strengthen resilience. Taking time to process your thoughts, to release negativity, and to focus on gratitude and growth helps you maintain a mindset of faith over fear. By consistently nurturing your mental and emotional well-being, you build the inner resources necessary to navigate life's storms. Resilience is not built in a day. It is cultivated through consistent effort, mindful decision-making, and a commitment to choosing faith in every situation. When you choose faith over fear, you also inspire hope in others. Your ability to remain calm, confident, and persistent in the face of adversity shows those around you that challenges are not the end, they are opportunities for growth. Each act of courage, each decision to trust in your strength, and each moment you push through fear becomes a testimony of resilience that can encourage others to do the same. Resilience is contagious. And when you develop it within yourself, you not only strengthen your own life, but also positively impact the lives of those around you. True resilience is the product of repeated choices to trust, to hope, and to move forward despite uncertainty. It is the result of refusing to let fear control your actions and embracing challenges as opportunities for growth. Faith over fear is not a one-time decision. It is a daily practice, a continuous commitment to believe in yourself, to trust in the process, and to stand strong even when life seems overwhelming. Resilience is not about never feeling fear. It is about moving forward in spite of it, building strength with each step and discove. Ring the power that lies within. Every setback is a setup for a greater comeback. Life is full of moments when things don't go as planned, when doors close, when dreams seem delayed, and when circumstances appear to be against you. At first glance, setbacks feel discouraging. They make you question your abilities, your purpose, and your future. But what most people fail to realize is that setbacks are not the end of the story. They are the beginning of a new chapter, a preparation for a greater level of success, strength, and fulfillment. The universe, God, or life itself has a way of using challenges to position you for breakthroughs that would not have been possible without the obstacles you face. A setback is often an opportunity in disguise. It forces you to pause, to reflect, and to reevaluate your approach. When things do not go according to plan, it creates space for growth, learning, and self-discovery. The disappointment you feel is temporary, but the lessons you gain can last a lifetime. Every successful person you admire has faced setbacks, moments when it seemed like their journey was derailed. What separated them from those who gave up is their ability to see beyond the immediate difficulty, to trust in the process, and to recognize that the setback was setting the stage for a comeback. The mindset you adopt in the face of setbacks determines whether they defeat you or propel you forward. You can choose to dwell on frustration, bitterness, and regret, or you can choose to focus on solutions, opportunities, and growth. When you shift your perspective, you begin to see that setbacks are not punishments. They are stepping stones. They challenge you to develop new skills, to strengthen your character, and to become more resilient. Each setback becomes a teacher, guiding you toward greater wisdom, preparation, and readiness for the next opportunity that comes. Your way. Faith plays a vital role in turning setbacks into comebacks. Believing that there is a purpose behind every delay, every failure, and every closed door allows you to maintain hope even when circumstances seem discouraging. Faith provides the inner assurance that this is not the end, that something greater is on the horizon, and that your current challenges are temporary. It gives you the courage to keep moving forward, to continue pursuing your dreams, and to trust that the best is yet to come. Faith transforms a moment of disappointment into a launching pad for renewed effort and determination. Another key factor in transforming setbacks into comebacks is perseverance. It is easy to feel defeated when life does not go according to plan. It is tempting to give up, to accept that failure is permanent, and to resign yourself to mediocrity. But perseverance, the willingness to keep going even when the odds are against you, is what separates those who succeed from those who remain stuck. Each small step you take, each effort you make in the midst of difficulty, builds momentum and prepares you for the breakthrough that is coming. Setbacks test your patience, but they also strengthen your resolve, sharpen your focus, and reveal your true potential. Reflection and self-assessment are also critical during times of setback. Instead of blaming others or external circumstances, take time to understand what can be learned, what adjustments are needed, and how you can improve. Setbacks provide valuable feedback that can help you refine your strategy, enhance your skills, and approach the next opportunity with greater clarity and preparation. By embracing the lessons hidden in challenges, you turn every obstacle into a building block for future success. Gratitude is another powerful tool that allows you to transform setbacks into comebacks. Even when life seems unfair, there is always something to be thankful for. Gratitude shifts your focus from what is lacking to what is present, from what went wrong to what is still possible, and from despair to hope. By cultivating a grateful mindset, you maintain the energy, optimism, and clarity needed to move forward despite temporary setbacks. Gratitude reminds you that setbacks are not permanent, that your journey continues, and that your next opportunity is closer than you think. Setbacks often force you to rely on your inner strength and creativity. When the familiar path is blocked, you are challenged to find new solutions, develop resilience, and explore avenues you might not have considered. They push you to grow in ways comfort and ease never could. They prepare you to handle bigger challenges, take on greater responsibilities, and achieve accomplishments that were previously beyond your reach. Every setback carries within it the seeds of a comeback. And the more you embrace the challenge, the stronger and wiser you become. Ultimately, the key to turning setbacks into comebacks is perspective. What appears to be a failure or a loss today is often the very thing that sets you up for a future victory. When you trust the process, maintain faith, persevere, reflect, and remain grateful, you are actively preparing yourself for the comeback that is waiting. Every obstacle you encounter, every disappointment you endure, and every delay you face is not the end. It is a setup. a divine alignment, a training ground that equips you to rise higher, achieve more, and live the life you were destined to have. Training your mind daily determines how you respond when life gets hard. Life is unpredictable, and no one is exempt from challenges, setbacks, or moments that test their strength. The difference between those who crumble under pressure and those who rise above it often lies in the discipline of their minds. Just as athletes train their bodies for performance, you must train your mind to remain strong, focused, and resilient in the face of adversity. The mind is the command center of your life. It directs your thoughts, your decisions, your emotions, and ultimately your actions. If your mind is weak, negative, or unprepared, it will react to circumstances with fear, doubt, and hesitation. But when your mind is trained, it responds with clarity, confidence, and determination. Daily mental training is about consistency and intentionality. It is not something that happens once or twice. It is a commitment to nurture your thoughts, discipline your focus, and strengthen your mental resilience every single day. This training begins with awareness. Become conscious of the thoughts that occupy your mind. Notice the negative patterns, the self-doubt, the fear-based thinking, and replace them with thoughts that empower, inspire, and uplift you. Awareness is the first step because you cannot change what you do not recognize. By observing your thoughts and understanding how they influence your emotions and actions, you gain control over your mental landscape. Affirmations and declarations are powerful tools in daily mental training. Every morning, remind yourself of your strength, your purpose, and your capability to overcome challenges. Say things like, I am strong, I am capable, I can handle this, and believe it with conviction. Your subconscious mind absorbs the words you repeat, and over time, these affirmations shape your beliefs, your confidence, and your actions. Daily repetition reinforces positive thinking, creating a foundation for resilience that remains steady even when life gets difficult. When you train your mind this way, you prepare yourself to respond with courage rather than fear, with hope rather than despair, and with faith rather than doubt. Visualization is another key practice in strengthening your mind. Take time each day to imagine yourself succeeding, overcoming obstacles, and thriving despite challenges. See the results you desire clearly in your mind, and feel the emotions associated with achieving those goals. This mental rehearsal primes your brain to recognize opportunities, act decisively, and persist in the face of adversity. Visualization is a way of programming your mind for success, creating a mental image of victory that motivates you and keeps you focused on solutions rather than problems. Discipline is essential in mental training. It is easy to let your thoughts wander toward worry, fear, and negativity, especially when life becomes difficult. But mental discipline means redirecting your mind, consciously choosing thoughts that empower you, and refusing to dwell on what is beyond your control. Each time you practice discipline, you strengthen your